Ladies and gentlemen, put down your pitchforks, stop your discussions, back away slowly from the keyboard because I, DecepySwag, have come up with the best and only way really to bring back Geese Howard from the dead. With the constant discussions of the roster, there's been talks about whether or not Geese should come back in Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. And if you might have forgotten or just unaware, I'll give you a quick Fatal Fury TLDR. The climactic fight between Terry and Geese finally came to a head in real bout Fatal Fury in 1995, December 21st. During the intense fight, Geese will fall from the Geese Tower, plummeting to his death, and he's been dead ever since. At least in the Fatal Fury timeline and the KOF timeline, he's alive, and before anyone says anything, separate timelines, separate rules. Alright, TLDR over. So like I've mentioned, there's a whole discussion going on about this, and there's two main sides about this. Those for Geese's return and those against Geese's return. So let's start with the pros. Geese died back in 1995 and been dead ever since. Now, there are fans divided on the issue. Obviously, Geese's popularity is a reason for him to be brought back, and to be honest, it's a legit good reason. The man was put in Tekken 7 with an overall great reception. Minus the people that had to fight him, but overall a great DLC. Plus, his position in the pecking order of bad guys in SNK is unmatched. He is the big bad of the company and Terry's eternal adversary. Everyone in the fighting game community is aware of who Geese is, whether it's his appearance in Tekken and Evo, or his history in SNK games, or hell, even just the memes. Hashtag release the Geese. Bringing Geese back would be smart for sales of City of the Wolves. At the end of the day, SNK is trying to make money and reach a quota, and this would be a smart move towards those goals. Regardless how you feel about it, logically it makes sense business-wise. Plus, you've had Geese before in other games, brought back after he was quote-unquote dead, but just make him Nightmare Geese. People seem to like that. But with every pro there's a con, and with every discussion there's two sides, and let's tackle the other side. On the other side of the battlefield, we have folks advocating for him not to return. That it wouldn't be sensible narratively, and just honestly be a cop-out having his death baited again. Something I didn't mention earlier was Geese falling off that tower in real bout wasn't the first time that's happened. Back in Fatal Fury 1, Geese fell from the tower and was presumed dead, but wasn't and re-emerged in Fatal Fury 3.
You thought you'd never see me again, didn't you? Well, too bad, I'm alive.
So having his death be pump faked again for sales rubs people the wrong way, and frankly, you can't blame them. It reminds me of when Obito came back from the dead as a ghost and gave Kakashi double Mangekyo Sharingan, giving him a perfect Susanoo. I don't care what explanation you want to give me, I still think it was stupid. But anyway, both sides have strong arguments. Weirdly enough, we're seeing this situation happen in two other well-known franchises. Street Fighter 6 with Bison's return after finally moving on from him as the big bad, if only for a single season. I know people want to say, oh, well what about Seth in 4? He was still created by Bison. Bison was still the whole man behind that. And even in 5 with the whole thing with Nakali, at the end of the game, the big fight was still with Bison. And with Tekken 8, arguably the king of pump faking his death, Heihachi Mishima, Mr. Not Dead. Hell, Harada even trolled everyone way back before the release with the whole Heihachi Mishima is completely dead.
JGCR,
I have one comment for you. Heihachi Mishima is completely dead.
Yeah, alright. However, I think I found a solution that not only checks the box for making profit, but also helps enhance the story further. And it's all thanks to a particular manga / anime I love. Now with this suggestion, I gotta give you a quick summary of the story of Vinland Saga. Long story short, it's a manga with an anime adaptation that's set in the Viking era following the character Thorfinn. Without going into too much detail, Thorfinn grows from being an angry, bitter child having fought in many battles, killing and pillaging, seeing death non-stop, to a young adult who is on the journey of making peace with his past of violence and rage. atoning for what he's done. The father-like figure of his life died when Thorfinn was still an adolescent. Years later, in Thorfinn's adult years, this father figure would appear before Thorfinn either in his dreams or during conflict, talking to him and giving him encouragement and sometimes advice. Another character of importance is Canute. You could say he's the antagonist, who seized the throne from his father, who was a tyrannical king. In his pursuit to gain power, however, he has slowly become more and more like his father, having visions of the dismembered head of the previous king, taunting him and goading him into becoming more and more vicious like he was. Now, how this can work for Geese is bring Geese back, but have him only be visible to Rock. Have him be instrumental to shaping who Rock is becoming. In almost every game, what is the line Rock says when you use Raging Storm to win? Why does my evil blood boil?
I can't contain my blood rage! Look out!
Even in the new Fatal Fury, he says, the only way to purge the evil in my veins is to get even stronger. The constant struggle Rock has with trying to resist that side of him, that inner evil he feels from his father Geese. So imagine throughout the game, Geese is appearing before Rock during important moments, moments of weakness, moments of rage, egging him on to embrace that side, encouraging him to be more like how he was. That eternal struggle now personified using Geese. Plus, this wouldn't be out of the realm of Fatal Fury games. We have games where they were fighting one another for ancient scrolls, using keys to project blasts of energy like Round Wave and Geyser and things of that nature. So this wouldn't be out of the realm of possibilities within the franchise. I understand the apprehension of bringing a character back from the dead. Trust me, I get it, especially for Fatal Fury, in which story is a cornerstone of the franchise, and not just that game, but all Essen games entirely, specifically though with Fatal Fury. But trust me, doing this could elevate it to a new height, give a new dimension to Rock's character. Of course, we've seen Nightmare Geese before in other games, but they were always kind of wishy-washy about was it really Geese or was it just something that's split in the game or is it canonical, but not with this. This is going to be a definitive Geese that is here to push a narrative. This is taking the idea of Nightmare Geese, but actually making it useful, actually having a purpose, and that purpose is to further Rock as a character. The way I view Rock Howard is Rock is a blank canvas that has no paint. He is an impressionable young man, whether it's from Terry when he grew up with him being raised by him, having him teach the ways of how to be a kind person and protect others, or whether it's now his Uncle Kane who appeared and is trying to influence him to work with him for whatever Kane goals are. Now we have Geese who could be an influence as well, influence him to be more like him, embrace that side of him, try to take over and try to be the next Geese Howard, become what he was. But who knows? Maybe SNK has other plans. Maybe they got an idea of how they want to go about things. Maybe Geese won't come back. Maybe he will. The only times will tell. But as always, we reached that part of the video where I ask, what are your thoughts? Do you like my idea of bringing Geese back as a ghost? Are you for bringing Geese back? Or maybe you're against it completely? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Till next time, I'm DecepySwag. Later.